Komatsu HD785-7 is an off-highway truck, and it weighs 73 tonnes empty and 166 tonnes fully loaded. It comes in quite a smart Komatsu branded box, and it's good to see that on one side there's some technical information about the real truck. Inside the box there's the usual pair of expanded polystyrene trays, and they are factory sealed with tape, so you have to carefully knife that around the joint to get the box open. So off with the lid, and the model sits occupying most of the tray, and the only thing to do is to carefully lift it out without damaging any of the more delicate parts. As you can see, packaging enemy number 1, a twist tie, is used, but luckily it's fairly loose and is only there to stop the body opening during shipping. There is another piece of packaging underneath, which is some tape which is used to secure some pins. The pins could be easily lost, and unusually for NZG no spares are provided in the box. Lastly, there's a piece of card to remove from underneath the body. There's no assembly to do because this model is complete out of the box. Looking underneath, the detail level is high, with just some silver screws detracting from the look a little. And although it's hard to see, the engine is modelled including a cooling fan. The big tyres are nice and not too shiny, and the metal wheels have got good detailing. One nice touch on the model is that the mud flaps are made of real rubber. At the front, the grille is plastic and finely detailed, but one thing the model doesn't have is the front access stair, which is a bit odd because it is listed as a standard feature on the real machine. Up on the cab deck, the handrails are metal and thin, and there's a mesh walkway outside the cab. The cab itself is detailed with metal grab rails, a thin windscreen wiper and tinted windows. Inside there are twin seats. Looking from above, the chassis is visually good, but a number of the elements are plastic. At the rear, the lights are painted and the axle construction looks suitably robust. The body is nearly all metal with a good structure, and there are lifting points modelled along the top edge. Before putting the truck to work, the first thing you can do is to remove the pins which hold the rock deflectors in place, making sure of course that you don't lose the pins. Then you can lower the rock deflector, and that stops rocks getting lodged between the tyres. So let's try the truck out in the Cranes etc. mine. And it rolls okay, but it's not freewheeling, so the retarders must be fully on. But let's get the truck up on the special one-handed inspection machine and look underneath. The rear wheels roll independently, which is nice, and it's the front wheels which have rather more friction associated with them. The steering is modelled well, and it has a good range of movement, and it's also got a nice stiffness, so it will hold any angle that you set. The 785 steers well when you drive it along. There is another feature on the chassis, and that's the rear axle, which is fully sprung. Each of the pistons at the back works independently, and you get a very good range of suspension movement. So if you like to rock and roll, you can certainly do it with this truck. Now we move on to the all-important tipping function, and it's controlled by 2-stage rams. These work well and almost any pose can be set, although they may get loose over time. The tipping angle is excellent, and another nice detailed touch is that the pinning points have been modelled so you can secure the body in an upright position for safety if someone works underneath it. On to the genuine imitation real-life tests, and we'll load the truck with a Komatsu PC3000 shovel, and the HD785 takes it in its stride. Here we have it fully loaded, so let's see how it gets on at tipping its load of rocks. The driver smoothly raises the body, and the model has no problem at all discharging its load. All you can say is rock on Komatsu. Here at Cranes etc. we experiment with new technologies, and here is a test of our innovative self-loading system. It is completely top secret, and for that reason none of the trials are being made public. So please forget that you ever saw this video. This is a nice off-highway truck by NZG. It has a little bit more plastic than usual for NZG, but it's been used appropriately, and the functionality and engineering of the model is very good. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but it's certainly nice enough to highly recommend.